Man was well pleased, Terry, well pleased. Wants to know if you do the same next week.
Well, for that, I had to have 3 fights in that Kazi disco. Had all my ribs kicked in one of them.
But those are the natural risks of your chosen profession, my son. Oh. You wouldn't be getting blows in your vulnerable regions if you kept in shape a bit more. I mean, when did you last have a workout in the gym?
About a week ago.
There you are, you see? That is just what I'm talking about. I mean, for a geezer in your line of work, that is not a good thing. Tell him, Dave.
That is not a good thing.
See, man knows. Now ask yourself, what is your only asset?
I can still pull a bird.
That is a good thing.
Yeah.
Your body, Terry, your body. Look after that, and it will look after you.
And you, Arthur. And you.
There's no need to take that attitude, Terry. It is true, I am a businessman, and you are a kind of investment, but I am also your friend and provider. Don't forget that little item.
Yeah, you're a million to remind me if I do, aren't you?
Now, all I'm saying is you only take out of life what you put into it, plus a little extra if you can find a few mugs.
I wish everyone had your sense of humanity, Arthur.
Remember, Terry, your body is a temple, and as such shouldn't be defiled. Filling it with that poison doesn't help it either.
He does go on, doesn't
he? Yeah, well, I'm going before they start the collection.
See what you mean, Arthur.
George?
Hello, Arthur. What you up to these days?
Don't thank me till you've tried it on. Large vodka sin, mate.
Okay, folks, let's have a bit of hush. Bringing to you lovely entertainment every lunchtime. Beautiful girls and beautiful entertainment. Thank you very much.
Well. That isn't flying by Arthur.
Hello, John. How are you? No, don't tell me. Large scotch, no water. Am I right?
Yeah, nice of you to remember.
How could I forget after the last drink we had together? Well, how's your noble profession? You still at it with the local rag?
Yeah, still at it.
I thought you were going to turn it in. Write a book or something, as I recall.
Yeah, me and every other bloody hack. This place has changed.
A sign of the times, John. Moral turpitude, lowering of values.
For God's sake, Arthur.
I was saying to her in Dorothy the other day, she wanted to go to the flicks.
Flick?
I mean, what is there a decent man can take his family to see these days? I mean, let's get it up with Swedish subtitles. That is hardly a cultural viewing, is it?
Bread and circuses, that is all the great unwashed born. Who can blame them? You know that real lassie over there?
What?
Stripper. She's trying to get your attention. That's why you're here, dirty old bugger.
Leave it out, John. She's a friend of my man Terry's. I hardly know the girl.
Not to worry, Arthur. Nothing is not discreet.
I tell you, I am here in a line of business. A business which I might add could do you a favour. Enhance your image as a man of letters.
Yeah? What's that then?
Don't go away. That is amazing. You'd think it had been tailored for you. It really looks a treat, John. Stand on me.
Yeah, not at all bad,
Not at all bad. The man's got Savile Row on his back and he says not bad. Tell him, will you?
Yeah, terrific art, man.
And at 40 sols a go, that is a steal.
40 quid? Oh, it's a nice jacket, Arthur.
Did I say 40 to you? Sean, I wouldn't dream of it. What, earn out of a pal? But look, I tell you what. They stand me in 30 sols a lump. I'll let you have it for 35.
I don't know. It's...
Oh, go on then. Have it at cost price. Buy me a large vodka. I can't say fairer than that, can I?
A one-off original, eh, Arthur?
Original cut, I said, George. Original cut.
What's the matter then, Arthur? Don't you want to know me when I'm out?
Yes, sir. Right. Will do. Jones! Go. Get down to records, pull the docket on one Michael Andrew Dixon and bring it here. Right.
Michael Andrew Dixon? Isn't he that?
That's right. Micky Dixon. Better known to one and all as Mad Micky.
But I thought he was tucked up, doing plenty of porridge.
Supposed to be, yeah. Only now he isn't. He had it on his toes from Chelmsford Nick this morning.
Oh, lovely. The press will have a field day.
Why me?
Hello, Deb.
What? Micky!
Bet you didn't expect to see me, eh?
What you doing here?
Just made one from the neck, ain't I?
No.
I was hoping you still lived here. Do you mind if I come in?
He's a big gun, isn't he, Gov? And handsy with it. He only started off at a 5, you know. Then added another 15 in various lumps for battering screws in a boob. He ended up with an indefinite on Her Majesty's. Nice geezer. Knew him pretty well, didn't you? Yeah. Yeah, as wicked as some would have it. Bit simple, really. Always getting used by faces to do their hammering for them.
Still, it's a dot on the card he won't want to come quietly. If we try and feel his collar.
Well, that's for sure. I'll tell you what, get onto the net, get the details on his letter sheet and who's visited. Well, it'll give us somewhere to look for starters.
Listen, I know I've sprung it on you a bit, but...
A bit? For goodness sake, Micky, every bleeding cop in England will be out looking for you.
I'm sorry, Deb. I didn't know where else to go. It's hard to know who you can trust on the out these days from what I can make out. Grass is knee-deep, isn't it?
Oh, Micky.
Look, all I want's a place to flop for a few days until I get things sorted out, eh?
Oh, Micky.
I'll go. I wouldn't want to get you into any sort...
No. No, hang on. I just need time to adjust. You hungry?
Starving.
Egg and bacon?
Terrific.
Had it away? Micky?
Chelmsford this morning. Knew him quite well, didn't you?
Well, years ago when we were both fighting, yeah.
So you haven't been in touch with him since he's been away?
Come on, Mr. Chisholm, you know as well as I do. I wrote to him a couple of times, even went to visit him. That was 5 or 6 years ago.
Word of advice, Terry. You'll be looking for somewhere to hole up. Don't let me find him at your flat. Because the facilities for training just aren't the same in the nick. You take my meaning.
I heard you were doing all right. You know, settling down and that.
Yeah, well, they kept putting me on a promise, didn't they?
Promise?
Yeah, about the release date, you know. Well, I stood it, didn't I? Last couple of years. Didn't give no ag. It's all bollocks, Dad. It didn't do no good. It was just a wind-up. Bastards. I ain't going back until I've got a definite and reasonable release date, Dad. I ain't. I'll kill anybody who tries to make me.
That ain't very clever, is it, Micky? I mean, there's hundreds of them out there, thousands. Coppers, Army, God knows who. Well, you can't kill them all. And you'll be an idiot even to think of hurting anyone in your position. And they'd definitely throw away the key.
I've got this idea, haven't I, Deb? Geezer and the shovel give it me.
What idea?
Gonna make a protest, ain't I? Gonna write letters to the newspapers, telling them what liberties have been taken with me. Gonna demand inquiry like.
Just like that?
Well, I ain't the lunatic they make out, Deb. I've been Geezer told me the word,
Represented. Misrepresented.
Yeah, misrepresented in the papers and that.
And you think, if you tell them that, they're going to be more sympathetic to you?
Gotta try, ain't I, Deb? Gotta try.
Hello, Queenie.
What do you want?
Just want to have a word with Freddie, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I do.
Come on, love. If it's Motors here, he is.
He's having something to eat with some friends and don't want to be disturbed.
Don't be awkward, Queenie. I could get a warrant.
Who is it, Mum?
You finish your meal. He don't eat proper as it is, not with you lot harassing him all the time.
Why, Mr. Chisholm? What's all this then? You go inside, Mum. I'll handle this. Now, go on. There's a good girl. Some problem, is there?
Friend of yours had it away from Chelmsford Nick this morning, Freddie. Micky Dixon. It's possible he could have reached London by now.
Oh, no, Micky wouldn't come here. It'd upset my mum, and that'd upset me.
Well, you won't mind if we take a look then, will you?
Sorry to bother you with it, Terry, except I didn't know how else to handle it.
At your place? But I've already been pulled by the old bill down to him. I don't think I should get involved.
Well, I didn't know who else to ask. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Look, Deb, if you're asking me to sling him out, forget it. I mean, apart from the fact he could break me in half, I happen to like the geezer. He's a right tasty heavyweight. Till that slag Freddie Baker started managing him. Well, I didn't even know you knew him.
Oh, it was before I met you. I was only a kid at the time myself. 2 kids together. Only I grew up. Oh, I like him. I feel sorry for him. You understand?
Yeah, I understand, yeah. Listen, do you prefer doing this to the clubs?
Well, money's nearly as good. I can do 2, sometimes 3 pubs a day. Oh, will you have a word with him, Tel?
Yeah, I'll have a word with him, yeah. But I ain't going to ask him to give himself up.
Satisfied?
I will be when we collar Micky Dixon. So if you don't want any distress, don't you go giving him a bit of help if he comes asking for it, Freddie.
Nobody gives me distress, Mr. Chisholm. Least of all the Mickeys of this world.
You'll be all right, Freddie. Your day will come. You two would look better at a trough. Thanks for the hospitality, Queenie.
Piss off.
Mum, don't use that kind of language. It's not nice.
That's a turn-up, eh?
Yeah. The old Bill will have their hands full when they try to get hold of him.
He won't rain 5 minutes on the out, I wouldn't think.
Why not?
He's not that clever, is he? He's not a dummy, but, you know, he likes company. Yeah, I thought you knew him. He's off this matter.
No, I never did bump into the man. Can't say I'm sorry either.
Honestly.
Mick? Sal, good to see you again, mate. Really good. How are you keeping? All right?
Yeah, well, ducking and diving.
We're still doing a bit, eh?
No, give that all up. Too much like hard work.
Yeah, well, I still kept myself in shape in hotel. Worked out every day, never missed. Even on chokey. And in a box.
Listen, Mick.
They gave up trying to put the jacket on. I used to bust them. They took liberties, Tel. I used to chin the bastards.
I told Terry what you planned, Micky. Thought he might be able to give you a bit of advice.
Yeah, good, innit? What do you think, Tel?
Well, the point is, the old Bill already think you're on the manor. I was telling Deb. They give me a tug this morning just because I knew you.
No, already?
Yeah. So they're going to go around visiting all your old friends and acquaintances, aren't they? Including Debbie.
No, not here, Tel. Nobody knows about me and Deb. I ain't that daft.
Are you sure? I mean, didn't you ever visit him or write to him when he was in Nick?
No.
Oh, well, that's something at least. And that's the first lot they're going to check up, innit?
Well, I'll be all right here. I mean, Deb said I can stay until I get things sorted, didn't you, Deb?
You can't stay here forever. And you can hardly start walking the streets, can you? I mean, you ain't exactly hard to miss.
It's only till I get a release date, Tel. And then if it's fair, I'll put my hands up.
Look, I wouldn't rely on that too heavily, mate. The authorities have already got the bang needle because of the escape, haven't they? Look, I don't know, well, maybe you ought to think about getting out of the country for a bit.
That's a good idea, Tel. With you and Deb around to help me out, it's bound to work out, innit?
Give us a lager, Dave.
I thought you'd have been in before this.
Yeah, I've been a bit busy.
You seen that?
Yeah.
You knew him quite well, didn't you?
Well, we were on the same boxing circuit, yeah. Listen, I've got to have a word with you. Can we go outside for a minute?
Outside? Well, what's wrong with in here?
Yeah, what's wrong with in here?
Well, nothing. No, well, it doesn't matter, don't worry.
Well, you can say what you have to say in front of Dave. He's one of our own.
It doesn't matter.
Maybe it's private, over.
Private? What's private? Boy's life's an open book. He's got no right to be private with us.
Ain't he?
What is the matter with you?
What do you have to mention it for?
Mention what? I haven't said a word.
Look, are you coming outside or what?
Yeah, if it's that important to you, Terry. Have you ever known me turn down a request from a friend?
And provider?
Dear, dear.
There you go.
Oh, thanks, Deb. Appreciate it.
Micky, don't you think...
What?
Doesn't matter. Fancy a coffee?
I fancy you, Deb.
I'll make the coffee.
You some sort of crank or something? I mean, have you lost all control? I mean, the man is a loon. The police force of the entire country's searching for him. Probably the armed forces too, I shouldn't
I'm
wonder.
not harbouring him. Debbie is.
Debbie? Is that bird of yours who does the...
Yeah. No, he's an old mate. Ought to give him a leg up.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
He's going to need money, isn't he? And maybe a passport. I thought you could help.
Money? Passport? Terry? You are talking about a conspiracy to pervert the course of justice.
It's never worried you before, has it?
Oh, nevertheless, I must draw the line somewhere. This is very dodgy, Terry. I mean, I am not a prison sort of person. I wouldn't like it. I would suffer considerable mental stress.
You wouldn't be saying all this if there was a few bob involved, would you?
That is a gross assessment of my generous character, Terence. I am a practical and realistic man, that's all. Do you think there could be an earner in it?
Well, yeah, I suppose you could sell the story to the Sunday papers or something.
Oh, that's not such a bad idea after all.
Are you joking?
No, listen, you could do the boy a right favour. You know, personal interviews like they done with Biggsy and Richardson and all that lot. I mean, the papers pay good dough for that sort of thing. No. I would only want my handling fee.
Goodbye, Arthur.
No, Terry, now listen. Listen, you want to help the boy, right?
Yeah.
Well, it takes capital to keep out of the long arm of the law, you know that. Now, can you think of a better way for your pal to make that sort of money without hitting someone on the head? No, of course you can't. Come on, have another drink. Come on, it's your round.
See how this sounds now. Sir, I had it away from Chelmsford Prison in order to...
Hold on. Escape to be better than had it away, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. More proper like, you mean?
Yeah.
Escaped, right. Sir, I escaped from Chelmsford Prison in order to bring to the attention my diabolical situation.
I don't know about diabolical.
Well, it is diabolical, isn't it?
Yeah, but what Terry means is that you have to word these things in the right sort of terms, less, well, provoking.
Yeah, sort of diplomatic, you know.
Oh.
Why not put unhappy situation?
Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah.
Right. Unhappy. Bring the attention my unhappy situation.
Full stop.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, what I'm after is a possible date of release.
Shall I underline that bit?
No, I wouldn't, no.
From the age of 10, because I've got no family, I've been locked away in some institution or other under this or that act, and I don't think it's fair, sir. I am not a sex maniac, nor a murderer, nor am I not a danger to the public like what they say. I have been more than punished for what I did. Yours sincerely,
Micky Dixon.
Yeah, there's, those last two bits, they need something, well, it just don't sound right to me.
You sure we're going about this the right way, huh? How do you mean? Dixon's a well-established nutter, isn't he? Frankly, I feel a lot better if we had some armed backup before calling anywhere. I mean, what if he is at one of these drums? Why don't we try and talk him into coming quietly? Oh, I feel better already. Is that before he shoots us or after? Micky never was one to use shooters. More like a club hammer or an hatchet. If he doesn't want to come quietly, we don't argue. We simply let him do a tosy. Of course, our report will say that we did our best to restrain him. And it can question the fact that we failed. Heroically, of course. Of course. And if asked why we didn't request backup, we were simply making routine inquiries, when much to our surprise, etc., etc. What's the point? The point, Jones, is that this way we're seen to be doing our duty with a lot less chance of getting hurt.
who gets you?
Well, he's not going to feel unduly threatened with just the two of us fronting him because he knows he can walk right through us. But if he feels threatened, like any other animal, he's likely to get violent. And personally, I don't want to be around when he does. And I know you don't, right?
Right.
Heroics are for mugs and wallies. Will you ask her if we can take a look around inside? Or shall I?
You took your bloody time, didn't you? Has your noble profession stagnated to such an extent that not even the word scoop can spur you to enthusiasm?
For God's sake, Arthur, what the hell is all this?
Shush. You can't be too careful.
What sort of bloody no man's land is this to me? Can we not go to the pub for a wee drink?
Too many years, John, too many years. If you're thirsty, stick your beak in there.
Arthur, it's a drink I want, not a bath.
Come on, let's walk. Jacket looks tasty.
Oh, for God's sake, Arthur, what is this? Have you found Martin Borman camping in Shepherd's Bush Green or something?
Pay a lot of money for a story like that, would they? The papers?
You're not serious.
Not Martin Borman, no, but another notorious criminal at large. For example, one Micky Dixon.
58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Just having a workout. Post the letters.
Yeah, up west. This should last us a couple of days. Well, maybe.
Here, I was trying something when you were out. See what you think, eh?
Amazing.
Look, what we are talking about is an interview with one of the country's most wanted. I mean, any of the nationals would name a 5-figure sum for that kind of exclusive. They'd have to.
It's another of your wee hustles, Arthur. Do you really know where Dixon is?
Look, let us say I know a man who knows a man who can make the arrangements.
What are you telling me for? I'm only a local hack.
You are a friend, John. Look, what we have here is a very sensitive situation which has got to be handled with the utmost circumcision. Now, what I need is someone I can trust with contacts in Fleet Street who will not betray a confidence, i.e. keep my name out of it.
Oh, yeah, naturally.
Yeah. Push off!
This has got to be a waste of time, Gav.
Who's next on that list?
Bernie B2.
I can't see him getting involved, but we'll give him a tug.
Well, I can see it now, John. 2-page spread. No, 4. Exclusive. My own story by Mad Micky, as told at that intrepid reporter, John Anker. I mean, think where it might lead, John. Your own column on The Guardian. Look, what you want to do is play up the beast at bay angle. No, don't do that. He might not appreciate that.
Arthur, I'm not interested.
Not interested?
But it's nothing personal, Arthur. It's not a bad story, I'll give you that. It's just that I'm too old for ambition and I'm too young to retire. I'm quite happy just to coast along in the court reports and the local gossip. I do not want any more pressure.
I do not believe I'm hearing this. I mean, you're younger than me. Well, almost. And I'm offering you the scoop of the decade, probably the century, and you are not interested.
Arthur. Give this guy a ring. He's a good reporter, but he's a ruthless bastard. Has to be to survive Fleet Street. Now, you watch your step, because these guys would cross their own mother to cut a good story.
Much appreciated, John. Much appreciated.
Can we have that drink now?
Oh, that's very kind of you, John. Come on.
I'll pay you back, Deb. I'll get hold of some dough somehow and I'll pay you back.
What for?
Well, for food and drink. Put me up now.
I don't want any money from you, Micky. That's always been your problem.
What?
Doing people favours. You wouldn't be in the spot you're in now if you weren't so keen on doing people favours.
Don't know what you mean.
Doesn't matter.
Well, I can't see nothing wrong in doing a good turn for mates.
Yeah, nice mates. Mates who buy you a drink, tell you what a terrific bloke you are, then ask you to beat someone up because it's easier than doing it themselves.
It ain't like that.
It is like that, Micky, and it's about time you realised it. And for what? To be one of the chaps?
Oh, leave off, Deb.
Oh, Micky, you're a right bloody innocent. Do you know that?
Something in for you?
Keep it down. We don't want the whole world to know.
I thought that's exactly what you're planning.
Oh, don't start that again. Look, if you want to help the boy, this is the only way.
I don't know so much.
Look, Terry, have I achieved eminence and respect on a manor by being a mug? No, I haven't. Now, look, I've got to meet with a top journalist, #1 man in Fleet Street. I don't mess with a second division, Terry, you know that.
Have a look, it's Cheerful Charlie.
Tell Bill.
Well, that's the way it goes. That's the news tonight. Good night.
I told you before, I haven't seen him for at least 5 years, right? And I certainly haven't heard anything since I last saw you.
Yeah, well, thing is, Terry, we have information now that a lorry driver dropped him off, quite near your place.
Well, it is his manor, isn't it? It's only logical he should turn up there sometime or other, isn't it?
Yeah, more than likely. Of course, I never knew a man personally. I believe he was quite tasty at the boxing game. Misdirected talent. Very sad, very sad.
It'll be very sad for someone if he's not captured soon.
This is true. Someone like that on the loose, not safe to walk the streets.
Get you and your colleague another drink, Sarge. It's down to me, of course.
Come on.
Oh, you're in such a generous mood, Dave. I'll have a large vodka and semi.
Not that generous, are we?
Don't worry, Terry.
Don't worry, you ain't on a suspended.
Look, they're just groping around. It's routine. No sweat.
Hello, Arthur. Terry.
Oh, hello, Freddie. How's it going?
Wasn't it the old Bill I just saw making themselves busy?
Yeah. Sad, isn't it? Even the filth don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, it was, Freddie.
Still buzzing around looking for Micky, I suppose.
Micky?
Oh, I thought you liked to read the papers, Arthur.
Oh, that Mickey, Mad Mickey. Oh, yeah, I believe they did say something about... personally, I never knew the man. Didn't you used to manage him?
Ruin him, you mean?
That's right, Arthur. Well, let's hope they don't get any joy. The boy gets a little taste of freedom. Hey, Terry?
What do you want to take that attitude for? You know the man's a lunatic.
The man is a no-good ponce. He's a wrong 'un. Now, guess another drink.
Mickey,
What?
I hope everything works out all right. You know.
Yeah. Thanks, Deb.
Oh, what the hell. Come on. It's all right, Mickey, I understand. It's been a long time. Bloody hell.
Okay, Dad, it's me, Terry.
Quick, it's Terry, get up. Oh, turn it in, it's Terry, get dressed.
Dad, are you there?
Yeah, just come in.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, sure.
Have me worried then for the minute.
What's your tell?
Sleeper?
Terrific.
Good.
Just gonna make a coffee.
Your letter seems popular.
Yeah?
Look at that front page.
The slags! They're still calling me Mad Mickey, look.
Yeah, well, it sells papers, doesn't it? I did try to tell you. What? Well, that you're wasting your time with that approach. Still, there's one here that's a bit sympathetic.
Yeah?
Yeah. Dixon's request for understanding. Look, the reason I came round was to tell you that a pal of mine's had an idea.
Now, let me get this right, Mr. Daly.
Arthur, please, call me Arthur.
OK, Arthur. You're saying, for a price, you can make contact with Dixon and arrange for me to interview him exclusively, right?
In a nutshell, John, in a nutshell.
And presumably you know the law on this sort of thing.
Well, I'm not exactly conversant with the small print. I'm more acting like a middleman. I'm what you might call a bipartisan agent.
Yeah, well, I was thinking more of the law as it affects me and my newspaper.
Ah.
What's he like, this pal of yours?
Arthur? Well, he's sound enough. He does have this tendency to go over the top.
Yeah, well over.
He wouldn't get me nicked, would he?
No, I wouldn't do that. Not on purpose, anyway.
No. But the thing is, if he can organise it to both our advantage, well, it ain't a bad plan, is it? I mean, it's a great way of getting hold of some going-away money without getting involved in villainy. But, Mick, it's your decision.
Yeah. Now, let's just say for the minute that I am interested and that I can get my editor interested. Now, there's a number of things we have to establish. That's forgetting the legal arguments for now.
Oh, of course, John, of course.
And the first is, and no disrespect intended, Arthur, but I don't know you from a bar of soap. Oh, Jimmy. Arthur.
Oh, Tom.
And we have hoax situations on the street every day.
Hoax? Oh, no, I'm well respected, John. Very well respected. My word is my bond. Ask anyone.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. But nevertheless, I have to make sure.
I mean, after all, it was one of your noble calling who stuck me into you. Oh, but that is arranged for me to make contact with you. Man?
Certainly.
I mean, Johnny Anchor is one of your own. I mean, he'll vouch for my credentials. Now, I understand your caution, John, but stand on me, this is kosher.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, Arthur, but my editor's a bit of a skeptic. Now, he's going to want proof that you know where Dixon is. That's without you actually telling us, if you take my meaning.
Well, no, I don't quite...
Well, I mean, if we actually know precisely where he is, we are then bound by law to inform the police. And none of us want that now.
Oh, definitely not. No, the body in question would not appreciate that at all. Yeah, but how are you going to interview him?
Look, there's ways round these things, Arthur. I shouldn't have to tell you that. But first, we must establish for my editor that you do have access to Dixon.
No problem. I'll get him to ring you.
No, I'm afraid that won't do. Voice on the telephone could be anybody. But now, pictures, say of him holding today's newspaper or tomorrow's. Now, that would help. Or better yet, a video.
Video?
It's a good job Debbie ain't here. She'd go bleeding spare.
Why, he's standing against the wall, and it could be anybody's flat.
Where'd you get all this gear, anyway?
Well, I hired it, didn't I? At considerable expense, I might say.
Well, how do you want me to hold it, Arthur?
Oh, sorry, Mr. Dixon. Just so as I can see it. Hold it up a bit, up. No, down. Well, that's it there. Lovely. That's it.
What about the sound?
The what?
The sound. I mean, if he's talking, presumably you want to hear it, don't
Terry,
you?
please, look. Mr. Dixon and me have got to concentrate. This is highly technical equipment with which I am fully cognizant.
Where's the microphone?
Oh, there is the microphone.
Oh. Is this supposed to be like this?
Look, I know. I don't want our voices on the tape. Just a precautionary measure until I've worked out what they call in the moving business the proper frame-up.
Well, what am I supposed to say?
Well, you know, it's just...
Action!
Action?
Oh, cut it.
Cut what?
Stop the thing.
Well, what do you think? You talk to the man. What do you think?
Well, it could be a goer. So far, I've checked his car registration, his home address, and his credit rating. His credit rating's a bit dicey, but then it would be with a character like Call Me Arthur.
If there is anything in it, I don't have to tell you. We need to go careful.
Yeah, well, there is someone I know off his territory who's bound to know the full strength on him.
What sort of money is he talking about?
Telephone numbers.
Huh. Offer him 500 up front. If he proves to your satisfaction, he's in a position to give us an exclusive with Dixon. Put him in promised land for the rest, and we'll see how we go from there.
Right.
That jacket's a bit sudden, isn't it?
Yeah. So's Arthur Daly.
This could be your ticket to freedom, Mr. Dixon. Stand on me.
What about the money?
Maximum publicity. Your own story, in your own words.
Arthur, the money.
2, minimum 4 pages in your actual national newspaper. Top journalist sympathetic to your case. I mean, who knows? This could lead to a Queen's pardon.
Oh, that would be right handy, Arthur.
Arthur, the money and the arrangements.
More than right handy, Mr. Dixon, more than right handy.
Oh, listen. You're not going anywhere with that tape until you've told us about the money and what arrangements you've made. And I mean it.
Terry, what is the matter with you? Excuse us, Mr. Dixon. Look, negotiations are in progress, but nothing can be settled until my friend in Fleet Street has bona fide evidence for his editor of Mr. Dixon's availability through my good offices. And that means this.
Your friend in Fleet Street is a total stranger who could be setting Micky up. And you.
Terry, I'm surprised. How long have you known me? What am I, some sort of a mug? Do you think I'll put that boy's liberty on offer? Sorry, Mr. Dixon.
Ah, the geezer's a mug, John. Lives in the past. Chances are he's just trying to corner you for a few quid.
So you think I ought to leave it out?
No. I mean, it's possible. He knows enough faces. He's got a lemon on the firm that used to be a pal of Micky's. Could be right.
Well, thanks anyway, Freddie. I appreciate that. And, see you soon.
Oh, no, John. Please.
We come from the same street.
Don't insult them. Your mum and my mum, they still go to bingo together.
All right, Freddie. Well, thanks.
I tell you what, see what the bold Arthur comes up with and get in touch. Maybe you and me can sort out something together.
All right.
Yeah, well, it's like what I put in the letter, isn't it? It's all been a distortion of the facts. And I just want an opportunity to put my side of things for a change. Tell it like it is, you know. I've been treated very unfairly by the authorities. Been treated very unfairly by the authorities. And I'm not mad. And I don't want to spend the rest of my life dubbed up in prison and die there an old man without the chance. Well, that's all I've got to say for now. Is that all right?
That's very good, Arthur. That's very good. Thank you very much. I think perhaps we can come to some sort of arrangement.
Naturally, any financial arrangement will have to be negotiated through my editor and must remain strictly confidential.
Say no more, John, say no more. Now, of course, there is a little matter of upfront expenses, which have been and will be incurred.
Yes, and I have been authorised to give you 500 now, with whatever figure is agreed upon at the appropriate time.
That seems very fair, John, very fair. Of course, you realise I personally will not be touching a penny of this money.
Of course, Arthur. Still, as a businessman, you'd be silly to ignore the financial possibilities of all this, wouldn't you?
I would?
Well, I mean, look at the long-running Ronnie Biggs saga. Films, books, whatever. It doesn't take much working out.
What, you mean me become a sort of literary agent for the infamous?
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
I like it, John. I like it very much. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. Film rights, bestsellers, could be big. Could be very big.
You know, Deb, what with doing all that bird and that, I've never really had a regular girl like.
You and I aren't so very different, Micky.
Hello, Arthur.
Hello, Freddie. Just going in for a... You going in?
Bit early for me, Arthur. But, as a matter of fact, I've just come to have a little chat with you.
Oh, what about?
Nice motors, them Jags.
Oh, yeah. I've got a nice grey one.
I find the Merc is a more comfortable ride, personally. Come on. I'll give you a demonstration.
Me know where Micky Dixon is? You must be joking, Freddie. I don't even know the geezer.
You know how I hate violence, Arthur. There's nothing more distressing than seeing a middle-aged man with his kneecaps nailed to the floor.
Arthur's been on a blower. He sounds a bit upset.
Upset? What about?
He didn't say. He just asked me to tell you to hang on here till he arrives.
Well, his motor's outside. Where is he?
Well, wondered that myself, Jerry.
I wonder what he's up to now, then.
Don't know why you didn't come to me in the first place, Micky. You want a bit of help? Who better to ask?
Yeah, well, I didn't want to give you any unnecessary egg, Freddie. I mean, I figured you'd be one of the first the old bill of pull.
Anyway, don't worry about it. Arthur came to me and suggested I help sort things out for you, so you get your bits and pieces together and we'll be on our way.
Don't listen to him, Micky. Arthur wouldn't go to him. He's up to something.
Birds, Micky. What do they know? We go back a long time. Would I put you in it?
That's all right, Debbie. I mean, Freddie's one of the chaps. Anyway, if Arthur says it's all right...
Oh, you're a fool, Micky, a bloody fool.
I mean, the man's a lunatic. What else could I do? You didn't have to tell him where Micky was. I was in danger of being crippled for life. Nails through the kneecaps, a wheelchair job. Cut down in my prime. You tell him, Dave.
Well, where are we going then, Freddie?
Down to the coast, Micky. Get you safely abroad. Sort out a meet with this journalist friend of mine. But it's all right, isn't it?
Oh, it's well appreciated, Freddie, well appreciated.
I'll turn it in, Deb. No one's blaming you.
I tried telling him, but he wouldn't listen. I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Come on, Debs. Try not to be too upset.
I tried ringing you at the Winchester, but Dave said you're already on the way.
Yeah. No, if anything, I blame myself.
Bloody Arthur.
Oh, no, be fair. It wasn't really his fault in the circumstances. That slag baker really does hurt people. What I can't figure is how the punch knew that Arthur was involved. Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear that as well, Arthur. I know my editor will be. Yeah, I agree. The tape? Well, I think the 500 will compensate for that, don't you? Yeah. Well, of course, there's no reason why we can't... Sure. Sure. Yeah. Thanks anyway.
How long do you need with Dixon before I contact the police?
This is diabolical. Diabolical. This is treachery, deception and betrayal. Diabolical.
It's a wicked old world, all right, Arthur.
But you told me this man was sound.
No, Arthur. I said he was a good reporter, but what's your step?
Now listen to this. Thinking he was to meet someone anonymous who had information regarding Dixon's whereabouts, it came as something as a surprise to this reporter to find Mad Micky himself waiting for him. Diabolical. And you call this Judas a friend?
Not a friend, Arthur. A colleague in my noble profession. Remember?
God knows what Terry's going to say.
Slags. Ponces and slags, all of them.
My sentiments exactly, Terry. I don't know. You try to help somebody as you pass along, conduct a bit of honest business, and what do you get? Knife in the back. Grands I could have got. All for Micky, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, just leave it out, will you, Arthur? None of us came out of this too bright. Micky must be well sick.
Oh, don't be too hard on yourself, Joel. Micky'll know it ain't down to you.
I tell you what, I'm going to claim that baker.
No, that will be ill-advised, my son. Not at all clever. I mean, a minder with no kneecaps is a minder with no work.
He's right, Till. If you thump Baker, there's dozens of hooligans he can call on to get you.
I know.
So you got your man, Mr. Chisholm? Very comforting to know the thin blue line is out there, efficient and vigilant as ever.
He's got more rabbit than Watership Down. Well, Dave, there's a coincidence.
Oh, what's that, Sergeant?
Interesting jacket Micky's wearing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is a coincidence.
Now, I wonder where he got hold of that.
I don't know. It could be anywhere. I mean, they're all in fashion, aren't they?
Chisholm has a disturbingly suspicious nature. There's no point in hanging around just to be asked awkward questions. Oh, my good God.
Something on your mind, Terry?
Yeah, I was just thinking, you know, you wear glasses, you must have bad eyes. You ought to have them out.
It's just his joke, Freddie. He don't mean nothing by it.
That's very funny, Terry. That's very humorous. Pity so many comedians get to be so unhappy in their personal lives.
No, the boy's upset.
Oh, upset, is he?
Yeah, well, you know what it's like when Plod starts agging you, you get a bit edgy, don't you? Goodness me, it's at the time. Come on, Telly, we'll be late.
Leave it out, Arthur. This slag knows what upset me.
You know, the last time someone spoke to me like that, Terry, was the last time they spoke.
You are a skunk.
Well, this is a jolly little gathering. Some problem, is there?
Oh, no. No problem, Mr. Chisholm. No problem at all.
Seems to me, Jones, what we have here, if these gentlemen don't move on, is a clear case of obstruction of a public highway.
Aye. Something like that, Gov.
Oh, well, we wouldn't want to break the law, Mr. Chisholm. Would we, Terry?
Arthur! Don't worry, Arthur. Every dog tooth has his day.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please join our Facebook group. It's called Krays Crime Lords of London. We're a friendly, moderated group with over 1,000 Kray and other celebrated gangsters list of videos available for view. There's also thousands of images in the photos sections. The link for the group is in the YouTube description section. I hope we see you there soon.